will be from and lonely. Looking for God and I cannot feel my rage and I fear for my life because I cannot stand the pain. So I have my last plan. With my demon army by my side and the innocent souls guiding the light, I will take my throne of gold and sit on the fiery gold. Listen to this song, I don't know right from wrong. I fear not any longer. Take my hand, I'm not afraid. I don't know right from wrong, and my journey has just begun. Now that my dark side has won, and the fire of my heart has become one with the rage and the pain inside my veins. Hear my cry, for I scream it even louder. Hold the world tight, for it may be the last light. Darkness has finally won, and the world has begun to end. Now I no longer feel sad and lonely, looking for God because I have become one, and my power is now divine. But I only scare myself, for the fire is lit inside. No more battles to be won, no more souls you get to save. I take my last breath as I give final grave. Now the time is near, and no journey has come to the end. Let me now begin my walking fire, follow me thy name. This is my last race, with my demon army by my side, and the innocent souls guiding light. I will take my throne of gold and sit on the fiery throne. Listen to this song, I don't know right from wrong, fear not any longer.
setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth, burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
Good morning, my beautiful stars. Happy Friday, all of you guys. Welcome on into the Unknown Prophets Daily Tarot Readings. These are ethereal fire readings. I will set your world on fire. I will help you change your destiny, your fate. But I'm going to put this fucking bitch back into your goddamn hands, guys. I'm a blunt, in-your-face kind of tarot reader. So if you came here for the sugar cookie kind of tarot reading that some people give out there, not here. I'm going to give you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. So with that said, we are welcoming in the weekend. I am so excited. I am 1 week away from going on a date day with my wife, and I've never been so excited for something for a while. Okay? Deadpool 3, Deadpool Wolverine is coming out next Friday. I will be streaming, but we're going to go later that day to watch the opening of Deadpool. And we have been fans of Deadpool for a long time, since the very first movie. We like that dark comedy kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that really makes us feel like, oh, I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. So bring it on, Ryan. We're ready for you. You too there, you. Just in case you put a little bit in there too. Okay, now I don't have razor claws or anything like that. And I know what your question was, Sanctuary, but thank you for putting it back in, just in case I did miss it. And welcome into my new person here, Marcella. Welcome into being here today. I really appreciate you being here. These are completely free readings, guys. The things you see on the screen are for donations. If you would like to donate to me, please feel free to do so. I don't ask for money here, but I am exchanging energy with you. I am helping you get to that place you need to be. So with that said, I am getting a transaction out of this. And I want you guys to know that you being here fulfills me in ways that I don't get fulfilled any other way than when I come here. Yesterday was a pretty powerful day for me, and I'm going to finish my talkie talk for a second, and then we'll get into your reading there, Sergeant. But you know how it works here. So, yeah, I'm a little long-winded. No, not a little. You know, I used to be a quiet introvert, you know, if you can believe it. I bet you can't. I know you laugh at that now, but if you had to talk to my mom about my shy phase. Yeah, Okay, just know that that conversation happened. I didn't know. Don't need to know anything about it. See, my wife, my beautiful one true love, is sitting right here, but she's naked as a jaybird, so you can't see her right now. So, you'll just have to use your imagination, and for those who like foot fetishes, she doesn't have toes. Sorry. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. But I had this experience the other day where I'm beginning to awaken to a new level within me. Now, I've obtained a lot of levels in my life, psychically, lifetime, a lot of things. This one is where I received the last two gifts, and I'm already down to one more to go, and I've got one more left to unlock, and then I've got my full potential is unlocked. There's no more for me to achieve because I've reached the top of the top of the top of spiritual me, but I'm still working on getting there. I know I've got some work to do before I get there, but like I said, we come here to try to move your life in a more positive direction. With your permission, I am here to help you any way I can. If that means I've got to kick your spiritual ass to do it, damn straight I will. Sergeant, let's get into doing your reading for today. And I appreciate you taking this time to listen to me, guys. Please, if you like what you see here, please give me that like, give me that follow, give me a subscribe if you can. But thank you for being here. Your time is the most precious thing to me. So, with that said, cleansing shuffle for Sergeant. Sergeant, welcome in, my beautiful friend. How are we doing? You want a 12-month reading for you, huh? Okay. All right, we got this covered. The guys are here. I'm here. Oops. My wife is here. Oops. You know when the cards start jumping there, we're getting excited for a reading. Just waiting for them to tell me they're ready. Ooh, they like it there. Okay, so, I do a cleansing shuffle for every person no matter what. And when I do a cleansing, I wait for a certain feeling before I stop the card. So that's my end of the bargain here. As you see there, if you would like a reading, press exclamation point join to get into the queue, just so I keep in line, because I go in order, guys. I don't jump around. I don't do wheel spins. If you're first in, first out. You know what I'm saying? So here we go with your 10 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 God cards. 3, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 6 was enough for you. I just want to double count. 2, 3, 5, 6. Yep, 6. That all fell out like a book there, Sergeant. All right, and here's the 45th card, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and we've got 5 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 45th card is now going to be on top. These are all the bottom cards. Here go the top cards. That's how it works here, sweetie. And then I tell you what you need to hear. So 12 months of what you need to know about. Let's go, Sanctuary. Let's go, 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 go. Ooh, ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Picking up the download. These are going to be important. These are a very specific message. So God cards are going to be extreme. I can feel that. All right, but let's get to the work at hand of the question you came to answer. So what is coming for you in the next 12 months? You know that feeling that you've had inside your whole life where you felt like you were missing something? That you were trying to find something to replace it with, or whatever it is you feel like that. We all have that thing that we think we're missing, right? There's always that little piece of us that's kind of lost once in a while. We all go through those moments, right? We all go through moments of grief. We all go through moments of sorrow. We all go through moments of guilt and shaming ourselves. We all go through that stuff. You're no different than any other human. So maybe it's time to come to terms with why you feel guilty for some of the things you may feel guilty about. Because it's in your past, you're dealing with past guilt. And there's past guilt you have to heal. You have to start to give yourself that permission to heal yourself. Because no one else can heal you but you. And the thing you're afraid of is that you'll cross that line where things start to work out better for you. And you'll get the whole shebang of what you really wanted during your spiritual journey in this year. But you won't be able to enjoy it because you'll still be living in the misery and sorrow of life. You know? You have to stop being so worried about what other people are thinking about you and start to own your power, own your gifts. Know that when you are succeeding and doing things for other people and doing things that are good and right in this world, doing your job rightly, doing right by your family, your friends, your family, all of that, overcoming people who are in your life is going to happen regardless whether you change or not. Whether you change or not, they're going to change. Whether you want to change or not, they're going to change. So maybe you can't control any of that. And we have to let that control go. So what I'm feeling for you in this card is to resolve that this year. To come to that place where you overcome that obstacle and start to see your life as more of a success than a failure. Now, maybe you see it more as a success right now because there's more positive influence coming in, right? But there's still much more left to be learned. With that said, however, comma space, it's in the past. What will be going on throughout the whole year will be this. It's time to define what you want. What is your destiny, Sergeant? What is your fate? What is your timeline that leads you to your perfect end? How do we get there? It was the most horrible day of my life because I realized someone was doing something to me without my permission. Right? In a very evil, sick way. Well, I'm getting there. Okay? We're going to get there. Remember, I come with stories, and my stories have meanings to them. So, yeah, there is romance in here. But the reason you got the Willow card right now, Sergeant, is because I did escape the hell. I did escape the depression, the sadness, all of it. I did escape it. I finally set myself free of all of it. But it started with a small dream I had. A very small dream I had. And I had to believe in that dream so much that I actually made it happen in this world. Do you realize that a dream I had for maybe 5 to 10 minutes changed my life forever because of a dream that I thought told me about my future? I followed the signs to get to that future, and here I sit having that future. I don't know about you, but that's called time travel to me, right? So, create your own destiny. Who do you want to become? What kind of romance are you looking for? What kind of life are you looking for? What defines your perfect end? What is your happily ever after? Because the Willow card came to tell you today, sway in the wind. Don't stray in the wind. Don't break under the thing of thing. We had a windstorm about what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Oh God, no, that was about a month ago.
Okay, about a month ago we had a really strong windstorm. It was just a straight line winds, came straight through, cut down every tree that was standing tall. But you know what? One willow tree didn't go down. Not one. That was in our neighborhood that I could see, because they bend in the wind. They are flexible. And learning how to create that destiny you want. I took a dream and I created it. I made it my own. I made it my part of my journey. I followed the fucking signs. I followed the times when I wasn't listening and when I wasn't hearing what they were trying to help me with. You know, when I had to go through it, to experience it. But they came to tell you one other thing. This whole year, is your destiny, your choice. It's gonna be okay. Whatever you choose, they will help you get there. But you have to define what that is and believe in the dream again. So pay attention to your dreams in the next couple of nights. They might help you figure shit out. Because the new part of growing is beginning. And that's where the romance comes in, okay? So you want to know a little bit more about the romantic stuff, right? Well, you have to finish your own work first before you're ready for somebody else. You know, you don't want to go in this broken person. You don't want to go in with that broken soul as much as possible. But we all carry baggage with you. You have to be okay with your baggage enough to say, hey, I'm still working on this shit. I know you can't solve it for me, but hey, are you willing to put up with my shit until I figure it out? That's what she has to agree to. She doesn't have to do any of that. She doesn't have to give me that space. She doesn't have to give me that stuff that I'm going through. Okay, well, you know what? Pause. We'll talk about that. You know, because the sapling card is all about growing, right, Sergeant? And that's about understanding where the start of your path begins. Because where do you start to grow again? When I'm ready, I've got a couple more people in line before you, and I really like to stay on track with I'm in the middle of a reading right now, so I really appreciate your compliments, and when we are ready, we'll talk about that, okay? But I'm in the middle of a reading for somebody else right now, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. So you understand me, Sergeant, when I'm talking to you about that stuff. So in this past that we haven't dealt with yet, the reason you're going through all of this is to finally overcome it, to finally move past it, to break the cycle of everything you've been going through that isn't working out. We're breaking that cycle. We're moving on to a new cycle of life, death, and rebirth. You got to go through the death part first to get to the rebirth part, you know? Okay, you understand. So there's something that we have to deal with this whole year that's going to be dealing with the past and coming to that resolution within yourself so that you can be ready to grow with someone new. Maybe in 6 months, you'll be more ready than you were. But I feel like you're going to need at least half of this year for personal goal work for yourself. It's time to carve and cut your own destiny line. I have the power and ability to do this for you. I could just do it right now for you, no questions asked. I could give you the cheat codes, but I can't do that for you because you need to go through this to understand it. I can't give you the cheat code this time. You gotta play the game, you know? And a good friend reminded me of that today. That sometimes I do that. I expect people to hear me, understand me, and all of that crap. But let's get to what the God cards had to say, because I felt those bastards when I went like, oh, what do you have to tell Sergeant about this? Because I think this is a very Pacific answer. I'm feeling it. All right. So, Sergeant, you're next in line there. Pause. So we'll get to you right next after I do the God cards. I do a little bit of an explanation on these. These are cards that when I'm shuffling, they fall out of the deck. If it's under 6 cards, you get a message from your higher power to you with a question that you've really been asking your higher power lately. They came to give you the most direct answer possible. So if you do get God cards, I will ask you if you want to see them because it's your first time here, because that's my right to honestly make sure you're ready for them, because they can be the more intense cards. This is where I get a little yelly sometimes, and this is where I honestly try to wake people up when they need to be woken. So with your permission, Sergeant, we need to wake you a little bit. Time to ring the dinner bell and wake Sergeant Sanctuary's soul up a little bit. So that's what we're going to do when you're ready. Because I want to see you say I'm ready. So I know we're doing this together. I'm here for the boy. I'm living for the man. Are you still there, Sergeant? Just checking in on you here, please. Checking in, checking in. Wake me, however, I had God card Q. Yeah, well, like I said, I know you've had God cards before. I was talking to the new person, not you necessarily. I know you understand them, but I was explaining to the new person in chat. So this tending card is the one that's screaming to me right now to start with, okay? You know there's a lot of more tending you have to be doing with yourself in your own personal, physical, mental, and spiritual health. You have to start paying more attention to your health as far as the body goes, as far as the human body goes. Just pay attention to things when they aren't feeling right and you're not quite sure of things. It doesn't hurt to go get something checked out. If it feels like it's something that could be more of an emergency, then yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Yeah, and the thing about the tending card, it's not that you don't have fire, that you don't have passion. It's that passion's all over the place. So you can't focus on any one thing. You're focused on so many other things that you can't be focused on the one thing that could be helping you right now. And that's what the tending card is about giving you back to that tending self. But they also came to tell you in this physical way, because this is a physical, mental, and spiritual reading, because you got my 6 cards, you get both answers. The Rain Air card is all about putting yourself in your own prison because you set a sentence on yourself because you feel you deserve that sentence. Despite what my brother did in real life, the lesson has always been with this card that he took what was his life, which was a shit show, and he turned it around. He made conscious choice to change. He made a conscious choice to make a pact with himself to never ever be put in a situation where he would have to go back to that place ever again. So he did everything in his power to never have to go back ever again. And guess what? He was actually successful. That doesn't forgive what he's done, but that's his story, not your story. Your story is, I still have to give myself permission to parole myself from all of this baggage that I've put on myself. You got to leave it in jail and walk a free man out of this cage, breathing new fresh air into your lungs, taking that new watery rain that you've been holding back and letting it fly, flow, and free. So we get to the mental part now, and then it's about getting back around the circles. And this is kind of an extra on the 12 thing you were talking about, the year. Because this is kind of like, this is what you need to do to get that romance and things you need to do. You need to brush up that physical in this way somehow. Mental, spiritual. So that's what they're trying to give you, is the suggestions to correct or help you. So get back around your community. The people who are your very big supporters. The ones who won't give up on you. The ones who are always there for you. Whether it be a mom, dad, brother, sister, some odd person on the street that you talked to recently. Okay? It's about your chosen family, and that you have to awaken yourself to that multitude of experience to draw from, that multitude of experience to get your answers from. You can be the biggest fire you want to be, but you need help to control that fire every once in a while, because this is just not a normal fire. That's a bonfire. That's a witch's bonfire. That's a fire. I actually jumped. Okay? Because it's a part of a male ego ritual to prove you're a man by jumping fire. Okay? So, alright? Even I know that testosterone can get carried away sometimes. But now we have to set new foundational rules. We have to set that new foundation for that new family in that new way, in a mental way. Stop thinking about what people have done to you and when did they show up for you. How often did they show up for you? Why did they show up for you? And why do they keep continuing to do so? What makes you so special? Figuring that out and pouring that into a place where you know you can stand firm on that. Where you know your moral compass. You know what your power is. You know what your destiny is. You know what your fate is. You know what your timeline is. Because you are the one who set it down in stone. I don't do this. You will do this. Next, on the spiritual level of things, right? Because we got to get there. Yeah, some new things got to be moved out spiritually that aren't serving us any purpose. They taught us the lessons they needed to teach us. We need to let them go and either absorb the lesson or we need to move on. But there are certain things that we need to work on spiritually to move out of us. Basically, it's time to practice that grounding and centering, emptying the cup, giving it all to the earth, and then taking all of that energy recycled and renewed and beautiful energy back up within you. It's that cup. Go ahead, honey.
Are you sure? I was going to wait until you were finished.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
But that ancient knowledge that you've gained spiritually in a conscious and subconscious way. Now, another friend of mine does this. She's very good at that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm not the greatest at that stuff. That's not my gift. My gift is to help correct your timeline and put you on the timeline you want to be on, not to control your fate or control your destiny, right? I know what my gifts are, but even I sometimes question those gifts. That ancient knowledge I had to learn over time is what I had to learn to bring back into myself the most important lessons I had to pay attention to. That's what made me be this person today. And that's what they had come to tell you. So that's it for you today there, Sergeant. You got enough God cards. I don't think you need any more. So, I hope that, but what I'm feeling for you this year is a rebuilding year. More than anything, it's about rebuilding this new person that you say you want, this new life that you say you want, this new relationship you say you want. But to finish your own paperwork first before applying for the new job. Put your 2 weeks in now so that you can start moving on from that life and moving into the new life. Okay, I will hydrate for you. Here's my water jug. Hydration. Don't be jealous, guys. I've been doing that since I was young. You're welcome. Pause. It is your turn officially. New Beans left the queue. All right, New Beans. We'll see you on another day. Hopefully you come back in. So, Venus, today is your day. Please tell me if she is coming to me. Oh, hey, you know what? Go sleep, self-care. Please, go do that. I understand. I try to go as fast as I can, guys, but I go as long as I feel I need to for people, When the reading is over, the reading is over. I don't try to push it. So, in case you weren't listening, pause. Let me explain how things work here. I'm doing what I call a cleansing shuffle. I do this for everybody who comes into my stream, no matter well. Please rest well and get that self-care you need. Second of all, you need to pick some numbers here. 1 through 10 is your shuffle amount, and 1 through 52 is your answer amount. Those are the only two numbers you need to worry about here. Everything else I will explain along the way. Since I've already explained God cards for you, I'm asking you now. There are the most extreme messages I will ever get. If you have a question you want answered, which you've already asked me, that's the way you do it. You tell me what you want me to try to tell you, and I will give you the right answer. I will tell you what you need to know. I won't tell you what you want to hear. That's not going to happen here. All right? So, with that said, if you get God cards, I will explain them at the end of your reading and ask you for permission to show them to you. But I always give you that first choice. The first time you're in here, you get this choice. After this day, if you ever come in here again and get God cards, you automatically get to see them because I've already warned you. So, there we go. Now I'm going to finish my cleansing shuffle to get these cards ready for you. So I always do a cleansing shuffle until I feel like they're ready. And sometimes when I get jumpers like that, I got to shuffle a couple more times until I feel that buzz feeling that says, this is the right spot. This is the right spot. See, I get that little intuitional thing just tell me to stop shuffling, and I automatically just stop and do it. So here are your two official shuffles and fourth card in. 1, God card. 2, 1 God card for you today, my friend. And the fourth card is 1, 2, 3. And you want to know about love coming your way. Right? Right, pause? I want to make sure I understand your question. You want me to tell you when love is coming your way, when your true love or person that will meet you someday is coming, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure I understood the question. Now, I do not use your standard Okay. Do you want me to reshuffle? This is your reading. I shuffled, you saw me shuffle, but you got pretty much similar cards, but not the same cards in the same order either. So this is a little bit different for you. First time in here, but I feel like this is what you need. Right here is what you need. So to hear. So we're gonna get back onto this love that we want coming into our life. It's time to accept yourself for who you are, the good, the bad, the uglies, and everything in between. It's time to finally come to terms with that everything that's happened to you up to this date was meant to happen this way for you so you could get to this point today where you decide that you are about to meet your one true love because you feel her flame, you hear her song. It's important for you to know that it's your responsibility to share your journey with this someone, not seek her out to fix yourself. With that said, moving into the ancient card here, and that was a little bit of the ancient knowledge what we have gained over time. The lessons that we have learned in relationships, what worked, what didn't work. Why do I do certain things and why do I do them in certain ways? My mom knew all my habits, my wife knows all my habits, people know my habits. They know what I get stuck in. They know how to break me free of those cycles. They know how to break me free of those if they want to. But they don't because sometimes you have to go through it to experience it. So what you've experienced has been trying to get you ready. You were recently in a relationship maybe a year or two ago. Maybe I feel like maybe a year or something. And it was a loveless relationship, I bet. Where either you loved them and they couldn't love you back kind of a deal. Or they could never see you as anything other than a friend. Something like that I'm feeling. So if that's right, then I want to hit you with this next nugget of truth here. Because I'm really asking, did this happen? Did you have a relationship to 1 to 2 years, was great for a while, but then turned to shit really fast and you regretted it? Okay. But does that memory still stay with you a little bit there? Does that hurt still linger? Is the hurt still there from that? Because the circle card is about getting back around your community. It's calling out to those friends of yours who aren't the bullshitters. They're going to tell you the honest truth, whether you want to hear it or not sometimes, and you might hate your friends for it, but they're going to do it. Your parents are going to be parents. They're not going to be your friends. They're going to tell you how they done things, and hopefully you learn from their mistakes, right? The circle card is about getting around that community of people who can help feed that fire. You're the one who has to be responsible for lighting this flame. So when you're saying to me, you're wondering if this one true love is coming your way, of course she is. Because you want this, because you're ready for this. So accept that family is already on their way to you today. She has just started her first step towards you this day, today. Go sing your spirit song out. I want to tell you a little story if you don't mind. It's the story of how me and my wife met. The true story of how me and my wife met. Because of that dream I had when I was 8 years old, I knew I would meet a woman like her someday. I didn't know it was her specifically, but I knew what I was looking for. Okay? Before I met her, I was in a loveless relationship with a woman named Crystal. Okay? She was my best friend. I thought we were best friends, but best friends, emotions turned into love in me. Okay, I started to love her, but not really love her. I was obsessed with her. I wasn't really in love with her. I was obsessed with the idea. She was the perfect, most beautiful woman. Long hair, beautiful physique, the whole package. But when I got to know her better and better over the years, she didn't seem so beautiful anymore. So she was there to show me what I didn't want in my life. And I went through that for 7 years because I changed everything. I lost weight for her. I changed my style for her. I drove a better car for her. I got a better job for her. I came to her aid whenever she called, but it was never enough for her. And it wasn't until I was shown what real love looks like that I honestly knew that. So there was a moment in my life where, because of that dream, I felt like my one true love was honestly dying on a special day. I don't know the exact day it happened on, because it was it was 19 to 20 years ago. So this is a 19-year-old relationship that's been working since day one. But if you don't think we had to work on it, but you know what I did? I created my true love spell, and it's not about a specific person. If you want that spell to help you find your one true love after this reading, I will be happy to give that to you. Okay? But it is designed to help bring that person to you, not specifically one person you actually want to love you. Okay? If you do it for a specific person, it will hurt more than heal. So if you want that, ask me for that and I'll give you that at the end. But what you're doing right now is like what you're doing right now. You're contemplating and thinking about all of this. But you got to start to take all the good parts of who you are, pause, and you got to start to say, what do I want to set down as my first step towards her? Because every step you build is a new foundation in that house that you're building up, that life that you're building up. And you have to start to honor that. Be the best dressed you can. Communicate clearly with everybody. Show them who you really are. Don't hide behind a mask. Tell as much truth as you can tell so that they know what they're walking into. Be that team member that never gives up on them. Something more powerful than you and her combined. A magical freedom is what me and my wife call it. We call it a magical freedom. Something that's so powerful, not even God can break it apart. That's the kind of love we share. That's the kind of love. We share a soul. We're not just soulmates. We are the same soul. We are just broken into masculine and feminine. Funny thing is, I'm more of a feminine, she's more of the masculine. And I'm the man and she's the woman. So go figure there, okay? But I was shown over and over again why she didn't love me, and I didn't want to see it because I couldn't take off the rose-colored glasses long enough to see the real her. When I finally woke up and saw the real her, I was disgusted by what I saw. Poured a new foundation down and said, nah, I don't want that kind of love ever again. I need to get back to doing the one thing that matters the most. And that was tend back to myself. So why are you going through all of this right now? So you can reach that goal and dream, so that you can finally get back to taking care of yourself again. Because the more you love yourself, the more you love who you are as a person, the more you give into that dream, that fate, that idea that one true love is out there, the more power you give it, the more energy you give it, the more prayer you give it. Even the spell I will tell you at the end helps in that. But the one thing that helps more than anything is going back into yourself and really dealing with some of the old issues and going, what worked, what didn't work, what happened, why did it happen, and doing that tending that you need to do. Because it's not like you don't have power. You just got to control that fire. You just got to move the coals around a little bit so that the fire doesn't spring out in random spots anymore. Been a fire tender for 25 years. I can tell you, you have to pay attention to the fire or it's going to get out of control. And you can either let it die or you can let it be the biggest, most powerful thing ever. But I built fires for almost 25 years as a spiritual journey that I had to take for myself. To learn how to tend to that fire was learning how to tend to myself, because I had to do something physically for it, mentally for it, spiritually for it, because I had to start to tend those things within yourself. So ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to do better for myself in a physical, good way that is for me and only me? Sorry, my thumb is dirty. 2, same thing with the mental. One good thing mentally, whether that's a positive affirmation or getting some more professional help, whatever your juices you get. Spiritually, having that connection between at least you and the person you want to be. Whether you believe in a God, if you believe in a God, give it to them to help you with this. Let them guide you the rest of the way and pay attention when they send you signs this time. Like the sign they're going to show you on this God card. Because that's what they need you to do, to be ready for this. They want you to be ready for this kind of love. If you got that love right now, right at this moment, that person showed up right today, okay? She's not done cooking yet either. She's got a little bit left on the stove to go herself. So you don't want raw fish or raw beef or raw anything. You want to make sure it's thoroughly cooked before you serve that to someone you really care about. So that's why she's taking the time to finish what she needs to do in her pan so that she can meet you at the table so you can both enjoy your meal together. Right? And I'm seeing, okay, if you want a clue, within 6 to 7 months, if you do the work, I feel that you will meet a woman or at least awaken to someone who's maybe a friend of a friend you might have not met yet that might be the right one for you. She's got a bubbly kind of valley girl vibe, but she's smart. She's not like dumb. She just plays dumb sometimes for grins and giggles. Little bit of a dark sense of humor, more goth-like girl, but with princess vibes. I don't know how else to describe this. Do you ever watch The Walking Dead? She's like Princess on the fucking Walking Dead, only not that crazy. Okay? So if you ever watch that, and she's got shoulder length hair, wears kind of, she likes to wear the piercings on herself and stuff like that. She's definitely different than you've ever thought about dating before. She's like almost the polar opposite of the kind of girls you normally would go after. Like you need to go through that in order to get it. That's what I'm getting here. So I hope that advice helped you for the question you came here for today. And I hope that you are on the lookout for that person. But that's why I don't give names or anything like that, because they don't always give me names or anything like that. What I tell you is what I tell you. And they keep doing this to you. Poking the chin or poking around the front end of your neck sometimes. Do you feel that? Because it has ties into your God card. With that said, you said, let's go. So that's permission. What does your higher power want you to do the most right now? You want to know what your higher power wants from you right now? Really, really ready for this one? That foundation you want so bad, that life that you want so bad, it's time to put up some protective walls to protect what you want. It's time to stand up for yourself. It's time to be the power, be the source, be the fucking lit ass person who builds around that foundation, setting every stone with intention. I will be this person who is ready for this woman. I will have confidence in myself. I will love myself inside and out all the ways and not worry about the ugly shit that I want to hide. I will put this next block in. I will put this next block in. You are building the home that you want to live in within yourself. That foundation stone was the start, but you got to put those protective barriers up. But they're not barriers keeping things out. They're keeping things in so that you don't lose them this time. So when you gain that happiness, it meets the door, and unless you let it out, it doesn't go away. Because when you go home from a long day at work, when you kick off the shoes, you take off whatever implements to keep the things in place, when you are finally comfortable after you've ate dinner and you've got no more responsibilities for the night, maybe you have this life, maybe you don't, but that's when we start to understand that we are finally home, when we feel that feeling, when you are the most rested, you are the most at peace, when it is you and your streams, or you and your game, or you and your whatever, cooking, whatever it is for you. But it's time to start to build that person you said you wanted to be. The only person who can do this, pause, is you. That cannot stress this enough. Another person will never, ever, ever, ever be able to fix this in you. So if that's why you're searching for love, stop that bullshit right now and start to build what will make you the most brilliantly beautiful thing that no woman would not want. Trust me, there are women out there who would love someone like you, who would drop everything for a guy like you or a girl like you. I don't know your pronouns, so forgive me. Pause is not exactly very, revealing on the gender, but I don't care if it's man or woman or whatever. That doesn't matter. Time to build things that keep you safe, not from the harm that others will do, but keep you safe so that you can keep all of that good and find in this world. And do you feel this? He, him, them is they, them, fine. Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that because I do identify. I identify as male, but I also identify as they because I have a dual personality. You know. So I'm not just one personality. I'm two personalities combined into one. My higher self and my mundane self both are team. And you know what? And if you're feeling some kind of pokes in your neck and stuff like that, that's them trying to kind of give you slow down vibes. You know, like right side is more for slow down, and left side is more for let's get going. You know, so if you ever start to feel like poking around your neck area around here, it feels like it's that area that I'm feeling like you get poked or something happens to you, especially when you're searching for answers. So if that helps you today too, please take all of my advice with a grain of salt. I can be perfect and I can be bad. So whatever you do today, I want you to go put your life into your own two hands and live the best day you can ever possibly live. Starting today, pause. You start your journey to your one true love. Do you want the ritual? Before I do Crypto's reading, do you want the ritual that I told you about? That guarantees you your one true love will come within 1 year and 1 day. Okay. Crypto, after this, you're reading pen and paper time. Okay? Let me know when you have a pen and a paper handy or something to write it on, your tablet, whatever you want to type it on, okay? So I want you to be able to write this down so you can get what you need for this spell, okay? And it's a very simple, easy spell. It will not cost you a lot of money to do, okay? I don't do expensive shit. I've been surviving on assistance most of my life, even though I've tried to get out of the economic bucket I've been put in. I wasn't able to do that in my life. So here we go, though. So, you're ready. Okay, good. So, just say ready when you're ready to write it down. Because I want to give you some time to find something if you need to. I know how that is. Wait, write something down. Wait, I don't have anything to write down. Okay, you need a sheet of paper, a blank sheet of paper. You can have it be a color you want, but I want it to be your favorite color if it's a color, okay? So, a piece of plain piece of paper, you need one sheet of plain paper. One candle, red or white, doesn't matter which color. Red is a little bit more powerful for love, but white works just as well, okay? So red is suggested, white if you can't afford, if you have a candle handy, right, like that, right? Oh, I'm almost done, okay? And then I need you to get a candle, something representing your favorite color, your favorite smell. Like if you like the smell of roses, a perfume that smells like roses, something that reminds you of a scent. Your favorite piece of music reminds you of real true love is going to look like for you. A love song, whatever you want. Okay? So you need a candle, perfume, music, piece of paper. Of course, you need matches and stuff like that too, but that's kind of going. I think that goes without saying. You need to light the candle, but just in case, you need matches to light the candle with. NSYNC, bye bye. Are you clearing off the list today? If I was wrong, you know what? I like being wrong. It teaches me something. It teaches me I don't know all of it. You know what I'm saying? But here's how my love spell worked, okay? And then the last and final piece is a key. One key. Okay? So, If you need me to repeat all of that, please let me know. Those are the only items you need for this spell. Oh, writing utensil, matches, candle, music, perfume. Okay? Your favorite color of some kind surrounding that. Okay? Good. We understand all the list. Okay, good. So what you do is with that blank sheet of paper, on one side I need you to write 10 attributes of the kind of person you want to fall in love with. Are they kind? Are they generous? What are the things that are inside that you are looking for in a mate, basically, okay? 10 things. I know, I gotta wash my hands after this. Or actually my hand, because it just got dirty. Ugh. Ugh, yuck. I hate having dirty hands. Well, I have a dirty desk, so... So you're going to take the piece of paper, and on one side do the attributes. On the other side, it's what they like to do. Do they like skiing? Do they like mountain climbing? Do they like computers? That kind of stuff. 10 things that they like to do. So 10 attributes on one side, 10 things they like to do on the other side, right? Okay, so that's the first thing you do. Okay, then you light the candle. Okay, you take the matches out, and I want you to dress the candle in that scent. If you have a perfume, put a little bit of the perfume on the candle. If you don't have that perfume, whatever reminds you of that scent is fine, appropriate. Take the candle, put it in the center of where you're going to do this spell, and have this piece of paper. Once you're done writing it, set it to the side, okay? It doesn't have to be a big sheet of paper either, okay? It can be something small you will be burning away. So just so you know, you're going to be burning it away too, okay? So, candle, dressed with the kind of scent, favorite color around the candle, light the candle, put the music on if you have the music, or sing the song, and hold that key while you do the rest of it, okay? So, now you've got your key in hand, and I want you to read out loud the things that you have read. And I want you to say, please, to my highest power, I am singing with my greatest heart song. And I want you to do this with all of the emotion and all of the hope and all of the dreams for that kind of love you've ever wanted. I want you to pretend like your one true love is dying, and the only way to bring them back from death is to sing and to give this all to them. Right? You're going to give them all of you. Right? So, these are the things I want you to think about, what you want in that relationship as you read those things out loud, okay? With the key in hand, music playing, all of that fun stuff going on in the background, I want you to ask your higher power to make that key glow like a warm hug glow, not like a it's too hot to hold kind of a glow, okay? To glow when you are near your one true love. That this will only take 1 year and 1 day to do. And it will take no more than that and no less than that. It may take less than that, but not more than that, okay? Sorry, take that back. But after you're done holding that key and you say, I seal this with my heart. The next person I give this to has the key to my heart. So when you finally do meet that person you think is the right one for you, you can use it as the will you date me kind of a thing. Like, I'm giving you the key to my heart, but I reserve the right to take it back whenever I see fit. So know that I'm giving you a part of me today, and I hope you honor that. It's a promise. It's just a promise to share our lives together. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? And then when you're done with all of that, and you've done all of that, burn the page away and say, I send this to you, God, to complete my spell. And then burn the paper away. Okay? Or go outside and burn it, whatever way. Doesn't matter. You don't have to do it right there. Just go burn it and say, I send this to you as my message to you. Okay? And when you do finally get around your one true love, you might hear the music. You might smell the smell you chose. You might see your favorite color. These are the signs that will help you determine when you have found the real one true love. You will meet 4 out of, or 10 out of, it'll be like 9 out of 10. Whatever the 9 out of 10 things, one thing or two things might not be completely on track because human experience is human experience, but most of your list will be checked off. Okay? And you have to believe that this will work. 100,000,000,000,000,000% will work. Now, this worked for me, and I did this exact spell to meet my one true love after all of that, which I did. I'll do some more hydration for you. More water. I'm going to put the hydration there. All right. So, with that said, I hope that helps you. Remember, do not do it for a specific person. If you do it for a specific person, they will end up hating you so much that you might destroy your life because of it. So do not, under any circumstances, use this for a very specific person you want to fall in love with. That is my only warning, and you get whatever you get if you don't follow that instruction. With that said, I'm moving on. Love you, Pause. Thank you for coming in and being a first-time chatter. Let me know how it goes if you want. Come back in here and tell me what you need to tell me. Did it work? Did it help you? Did it move you into what you needed to? Did I help you today? That's all I'm here to try to do, guys, is help you in the best way possible. Yeah, I'll scroll up above. 10 and 20 update on that one right there, right? So this is the one I have to pay attention to, right? Only it's 10 and 20. Okay, good. Do you have ads, Crypto? If you have ads, I'm just going to cleanse your cards for you. Get them all ready for you when you come back. And we want to know about the door again? What do we want to know about? Do they end up going to the right address? Is your question for today? Okay, that's why I want to make sure. So, 10 and 20 on that question. Did they end up going to the right address? Let's see what the cards tell you. 1, official shuffle. 2, God card. 3, 4, 5, 6, more God cards. 7, 8, 9, and 10. You got the last God card come out on you. You have 5 God cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 God cards for today. And then the 20th card is, and did they end up going to the right door? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So did they go to the right door, guys? So, I'm trying to get this download a little bit better here because they're pouring a little bit more information here. Okay. So, from what I'm hearing from them right now, Crypto, as far as did they end up going to the right address, I believe you're right here, where they did not go to the right address. I think your instincts are better at what's going on in your life than my instincts for your life right now. So I do believe that it was communication, but I think it was wrong communication, because the communication cards in the past, that means what needed to be communicated is over. They felt like they did their job. So is your name on the paper? Is it a summons for you or your significant other? If it's none of those things, then to pay it no attention. You'll get a letter in the mail or some official document that says they need you, and they'll order you in court, and then you can decide whether or not you want to follow that rule or not, right? The communication card is showing up in your past because the communication has happened. So maybe they realized they got the wrong address and they had to go to the right address, okay? So, but they were they were too busy to go back and correct one little mistake. They figured, oh, they'll probably just throw this away because it doesn't pertain to them. Okay? All you did was get a message saying to call you. You didn't have a very specific message telling you, you ex crypto girl need to X call me right now due to this situation XYZ is happening and we need to contact you because of this reason. Should be a letter you get in the mail or something like that. Email at least. So that kind of tells me your answer right there, that the communication either hasn't happened or already happened so that there's no more mix-ups. Then the battle card comes to show in the present. So even though it may have not had to do anything with you, there might be something still coming for you. You know what I'm saying? So even though this might not have been for you specifically, it ended up on your door for a reason. That reason was to show that conflict that you're having right now between those two worlds and how you can resolve them and be at peace with life again. That's what it was designed to do. To get you to think, to be a catalyst, to get you to start to question and wonder for that very specific reason, to get you to get into that mind and going, am I really battling against my own worst demon here, or do I just need to let this go and live my life until something more official comes along, right? Because you can't live in fear. And you got both my mother and my father in your reading today. So family is definitely involved here. Parental energy is present here too. Whether it's your family or his family, I'm not quite sure. But the communication, if it wasn't for you, that's still true, but it could be for your husband. So it was the way to contact your husband through you. So it wasn't necessarily for you, but it could have been for your husband. So that, I know that's a half-assed answer, but it wasn't for you specifically, but it could have been for someone you know specifically. And because you know that person specifically, they need to talk to you. I don't know why. You'll have to go find out. Because I'm not going to do that work. That's human work you need to do. Whether you do it or not, that's up to you. But my father always shows up when someone isn't owning up to their path and are trying to use other people to fill their holes up rather than fill their own holes up. Because the point of my father's story is that he started off as a drug-addicted young man who had a motorcycle accident. I mean, his mom and dad got divorced because he felt like a broken man and didn't feel like he could do anything to provide for my mom. And that marriage broke apart for very specific reasons. I still don't know to this day what they were. But I can guess. And you have to find a new family to live in. That is going to help you grow. That's, who cares, unless someone's coming to you with police and an escort out the building. I don't think you should be worried about some random person who put something on your door, maybe. You know, if it was a mistake, it was a mistake. I like being wrong. You know why? Because that shows me that maybe the universe came to give you a different message that I didn't understand at the time, but because you had to question for a day, right? Because the gardenia rose, and if this is why you're going through all of this, then those three things I always tell people are very prevalent, so that you can find your power through the communication you need to have. You can find that mental love you need by not being at war with yourself anymore, mentally and spiritually reconnecting to a family that you feel closer to. That is your chosen family, the one that heard your call and came to you. Not the other way around. And then my mom comes to crescendo all of this with saying, find that balance between give and take. Whatever this is about, sometimes you have to pay the piper and pay your debts off before you can get the kind of life you want. And if you've got debt, trust me, they will pick the right time to gather it from you. And it will probably be the time you want it not to happen the most. You know, crypto? So let's find out what the God cards say. Because I'm actually curious about this. Because they weren't giving me any they're not telling me until I flip the cards, basically. Jesus Christ. Crypto. Forget the last question. This is something completely different. This has nothing to do with the last reading. Definitely. Because it came to tell you, hey, you are growing in new, different ways. You're on your way to becoming this grand elder. You got the beginning and the end here. The beginning and the end here. In a physical way. Building yourself up to be the woman you say you want yourself to be, growing the way you want to grow, being and owning that power, owning your life, and then becoming the most beautiful grand elder tree you've ever seen. Still growing, however, but now you've got stability. So we have to try to find that again, that grounding, centering feeling again in a physical way. I think you need more rest, hun. I think you need to have a spa day or a day of relaxation or something where you can get away for a weekend and get away from everything and everyone. Because the Whale's Joy card is all about overcoming your obstacles, not by swimming around them, but swimming through them. That's my wife's lesson, not being so stubborn to not hear somebody else's opinion on something and actually listen to what they're saying rather than make a snap judgment on it and say, oh, I don't want to deal with you. I'm swimming around your ass today. And my wife swam around a lot of people in her life. A lot of people misused my wife when she was younger, you know? So then she had to find a way to break free of that and come up for the air she needed by owning herself and being proud of who she was. She did this slowly. She built who she was as a woman, who she was sexually, who she was as a wife, as a partner, as a person. And I have not helped her do this. She has done this for herself. I just got to watch it happen. So maybe I have to sit back, relax, and let life take care of me for a while. Sometimes I have to let my wife go through something I don't necessarily like watching her go through in order to get her the kind of real healing she needs. The only thing left for you to do is glow. Glow like the brilliant, beautiful star you are in the sky. Shine so brightly onto your whole world that it brightens up. You are the sun in the sky. You are responsible for that positive outlook on life. And it's time you take ownership and responsibility and be that light in the darkness that survives beyond all other things. Darkness doesn't go away. It might get down to a speck, but there's still a speck. And on the other side of that speck is the unknown. All right, crypto. Opening this window will help. No. Ugh, it's hot in here. That is your reading for today, crypto. I gotta go take a break real quick. I'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. Sorry it took a while there. I had to go make some breakfast. My blood sugar's starting to feel like I'm getting kind of wonky. So, just so you know, I'm letting this cool down, and I'll probably eat this after your next reading there. But I saw you join the queue, so I wanted to make sure you got your reading. So, just stop the music here. Oh, here we go. Maybe the music wasn't playing because I freaking forgot to turn on the audio. Sorry, guys, if you didn't get to hear the song. Okay, I'm back though. Crypto. While I get my an orange, at least starting to peel an orange here, why don't you give me your numbers? Hey, you're actually back. I think we're gonna go take a rest. Well, I'm glad to see you back. I hope you didn't interrupt your sleep for that. Welcome in, Dragon Vision. Welcome in. So I'm going to peel this orange first while I'm waiting for her numbers. Yeah, I hate that. Don't you hate that when you have to go to the bathroom so bad in the middle of the night and then you can't get back to sleep? I suffer from insomnia once in a while, guys, and I can't lie. Sometimes I go to sleep at like 10 in the morning and I wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and I can't get back to sleep. No matter how hard I train, no matter what I take, I can't get back to sleep. The only thing that really helps is green. And I got to see if I can put a order into my green man because we are needing something right now. Badly. Alright, now that I have my orange peeled and I'm about to put my hopes and dreams on a prayer and a bullshit story. Actually, he's pretty cool. So my guy is really good to me. And he's one of the most kind, generous people I've ever met. And he does more for us than some RP. Oh, okay. Is there any way we can get a $200 loan to the third? Please let me know if we can. Thank you. All right. Stupid voice talk thingy doesn't understand me. If he's working today, I won't see anything till later. If he's not working today, we'll see. Oh, well, welcome in, and I like the new name. Like I said, I forgot, Senny, that was your name, Dragon. I just go by what you call yourself online now. So if it's Dragon, it's Dragon. Thanks for reminding me, because that's when the old man breed. Did Steven put a spell on you? I think you're wasting reading points here. But I'm going to cleanse the cards off to find out, is Steven putting a spell on you? They don't like this question. Just tell her the truth. That's all she needs to hear. All right. Here are your 6 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 God cards, physical, mental, and spiritual, I bet. 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 34th card is now on top. Did Stephen put a spell on you? Thank you, Goddess, for giving me that answer, because that's exactly what I wanted to tell her. I love it when my cards confirm my own intuition. Before I even began this ritual, I knew the answer. And before, when you said the spell, I knew the answer instantly to your question. The answer is yes, but not in the way you think. Okay? Here's a time where you need to remove your preconceived notions of what Stephen is now. Because he's not the same person he was anymore. He set himself free of his cage. You were his cage. He doesn't want anything to do with you. He wants to set you free. He wants to set you free to go find love. So that you can move on and you can find it right now, right this day. You know what I'm saying? The Larimar's Door card is about putting yourself in a cage that you've been locked in your whole life, the comfortable, safe, warm spot that's always felt comfortable. Well, Stephen came along to remind you how comfortable or uncomfortable your life is, whether you need to do a reassessment of how things are in your life, or are you already free, making the free choices you already need to be making, or are you still locked in that cage of only one idea, one thought, one way, or can you move out of the idea you think it is? Setting you free from the past. The Larimar's Door is all about freedom and giving someone back their power. So if he did a spell for you, it was probably a release spell. It was probably a let my love for her go spell. It was a I need to move on spell. You know, that's the kind of spell I think. If he did a spell on you, that's the kind of spell I think he did on you. Because of that, he set you free to be that glowing person that I keep telling you you need to be, rather than this person who keeps questioning everything all of the time, Crypto, wondering whether Steve is the one or not the one or anything. You need to make up your goddamn mind and choose the one that you want to be with and let the other one go live their life. And who cares if they keep showing up in it? You ignore them. You just ignore them and you move on. It's like, he's not a part of my life anymore. I've never seen my ex in real life, but if I ever did, it'd be like, hi, how you doing? Oh, that's good. See you later. Bye. That's all it would be. I'd introduce her to my wife if she was along. But since we don't exactly live in the same area anymore, and I have no idea where she lives, and I don't want to know where she lives, because I have no intentions of going to find her, ever. But this has been trying to move you into that change. That's why this all happened, to change, to move on. Did you put a spell on her? No, I don't do shit like that. I do not, under any circumstances, do spell work for others when it comes to love. Absolutely not. Because the card's saying, move on. You need to move on. It's you who needs to move on. Not Stephen. You need to see the world for how it really is. The seeing eye card tells the truth. Because you have to see your world for how it really is, not how you imagine it to be. So stop giving Stephen your power. Stop giving him your love. Stop giving him attention. Stop giving him anything. And concentrate on the one Stephen you really need to be a part of right now. You see the world in a new, different way so that you can understand the world better. We wanted to set you free so you can see the world in a better. I'm not feeling that energy. I'm really not. I'm not personally feeling that energy. It doesn't feel like a stalkery feeling. It feels like concern. It feels like worry. It feels like, did I do the right thing? It feels like self-doubt, self-imposed things. What did I do wrong? That kind of thinking is what I keep, whenever I try to search for the Steven that you think is stalking you, you know? If he is stalking you, get an order of protection. Or have a lot of big guys around you. Yeah, let's go see the God cards. I agree. Physical, mental, spiritual, right? Physical, mental, spiritual, right? Open yourself up to receive the right kind of gifts. If he's not giving you the gifts that you want to be opening, stop opening the damn gifts. Physically, stop paying attention to Stephen. This has everything to do with the last reading. Don't give him your gift. Don't take his gift from him. Well, then your IT guy and you need to go to the police and put a protection order on you and switch your phone numbers and all of that stuff. Because if he's stalking you, you want to be as far away from him as possible. If I'm not feeling this energy, if I'm not supposed to be feeling this energy, mentally, you have to be more determined with this thing. That's why you got the hard path in the mental position of this reading. For this one, it is physical, mental, spiritual here. Because the mental part of it is you have to overcome this obstacle so you can show yourself that you can do it. Do you understand yet why this is happening to you? This is the obstacle you have to get past to live the life you've always wanted to live. It's this obstacle that you have to climb over. This thing you have to climb over and get past. But you're going to have to take in all that beautiful, loving energy that will be given to you after. And then your unison card is all about bringing balance in your spirituality. So bring that give and take, bring two worlds together to walk in the gray between. So if you cut out early, as you were saying, I'm going to get off, well then that's what I have to tell you. I'm stopping right now because you're not here to listen. So, but sometimes I don't think you take enough personal responsibility for your own path too, Crypto. Let other people control your life and how to live, how you are living your life. You can't live life like that. God damn it, where'd it go? Oh, never mind. I found it. I gotta eat something. I'm sorry. You guys want me to turn off the camera so I can eat something real quick? Or do you mind me nibbling every once in a while? We'll see you later, Crypto. See you next time. Thank you. You're always welcome here. You know that. I'm only trying to help you, sweetie. Swifty! Welcome on in. Are you a Taylor Swift fan? Just want to know. Okay. Give yourself a second. I got you. I'm gonna get some cold coffee in my cup. How about that? I'll wait for you. I got time to eat my sandwich. Okay. Give me time to eat my sandwich. Thanks. Dragon, you'll be up next, Sunny, in just a little bit here. You know, I like breakfast sandwiches with ketchup. A lot of ketchup. That makes sense. Hey, your daughter loves it, you love it, right? As much as you can stand to listen to it. Trust me, I had a surrogate daughter once who was crazy about Taylor Swift. Loved her so much. She took inspiration from Taylor Swift life to build her own life. And I don't know how she's doing anymore, but I really miss that young girl. Maybe one day she'll forgive me for being an idiot. I didn't hurt her in a physical way or anything like that, but I was getting a little bit obsessed with her because I had an attraction to her that I shouldn't have had. And I was married at that time, and we were going through marital problems at that time, and I made the dumb decision to ask her for something I shouldn't have asked for, and that kind of ruined the relationship because we had a really good father-daughter dynamic until I let my obsession get to me again. So all right, apple crumble is next. Like oatmeal and crap. Okay, we'll get into your reading here. I don't really need to eat that now, honestly. I just had a sandwich, so just getting the plastic off. Actually, I'm gonna put this up over here for now, so I can't possibly. Well, at least it's in a safer spot than it was. Okay. I'm not making more coffee. Might be cold, but it's still good. Never a cringe question here, New Beans. You never ever have to apologize for the questions you ask here. I am not closed-minded when it comes to that stuff. There may be other readers who do it differently than me. Those are them, not me. I'm kind of swallowing. So give me a second. Food decided to make a return visit because I have some GERD issues. I have a lot of body issues. Alright, let's do your cleansing shuffle, New Beans, so I can get that good. Does Simon love you? Yeah. You know, there's only one real way to find out the answer to that question, right, though? I'll tell you what the cards have to say, but you know, there's only one real way you will ever know. Gotta ask him. And hope he's telling you the truth. Find out if he's telling you the truth, all that. But we're going to get into it. They're telling me this is the spot for you, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No God cards. Okay, give me a second. Better? Let me clear the desktop audio off for sure. Are we better yet, Sen? That sounds good. Okay, good. Thank you. So we did your 6th official shuffle, so here are your 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Does Stephen love you? Those cards came up to me face up, too. So you want to know what Steven thinks and if he really does, in fact, love you. This flame you keep burning for Simon. Oh, Simon, not Stevens. Sorry, a Simon, not a Steven. Sorry, I apologize for that. Simon, not Steven, sorry. Does Simon love you? That's the way I was thinking about it when I did your reading, so. Okay, let's get back to the actual work we need to do now, though. Because, okay, your last relationship before Simon was probably way more difficult and intense. It kind of feels like you haven't really closed the book on that yet. And he's still waiting for you to close a certain book where you gave part of your heart away to the previous person, whoever that was. Okay, whether that was to your higher power, to yourself, or to someone else you thought you loved at the time. You gave your heart away a little too much and you burned the fire out a little bit here. You know, you had to re-jump the spark again. You had to re-jump the flame again. But there were still some fires that were burning out of control that had to be put out and have to be put out. I think Steven is trying to figure out if you're ready for the kind of love he has to offer. What else do you have to let go of for you to finally say, choose me? Then this could be the lesson you need to learn. Right? So he wants to see you put the old flames out for something else. You know, I'm not talking about a physical person here, okay, no physical person before Simon, right? So maybe he's the lesson we have to learn. Or maybe there's some things that you haven't learned in relationship yet, that you haven't learned what to put out yet because you haven't experienced enough of it yet to figure that out. It's the experiential game. This is basically saying you got to go experience it to experience it. You need a Stephen before you need a Simon. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you're not quite ready for Simon yet. You need the jerk to show you Simon's the right one. You know what I'm saying? But you can skip that line and you don't have to take that one. You can say, hey, Simon, I'm going to skip the other guys. You're the one. You know? So Simon is the guy. But you have two things telling you to throw things away here, new beings. Okay? You have the extinguish card, which is saying you're leaving a fire burning for something, an idea then. It's the idea of the dream that you love. That's what you love the most. That's what you gave your heart to. Something like that. That's what has to be put out. The dream has to end and reality has to begin. We have to really do the work. We have to decide, are we going to fit together? Do we fit together? I have to go ask the question, hey, Simon, I really like you. Do you like me? Oh, you like me? Do you love me, though? I mean, really love me? And look in his eyes and look and see what he says back to you. But you can't keep being at war with yourself about it. That's the point here. It's that you are at war yourself inside when it comes to this stuff. You shouldn't question it. You should trust it. You should believe in it as much as you can live in. Right? To get on that plane and not battle against yourself any longer. To not fight against what you really, really need. Not the want of it anymore. To let the battle end and to accept that I'm ready for that change. I'm ready for this love. So you're ready for it. You're ready and completely ready for it because this is all about moving on here and it's all about understanding. And that might be exactly it. It's the anxiety of it all. I truly, truly believe in that, you know, and that anxiety causes issues. What is good within me? What is not good within me? What do I throw away? What do I keep? I haven't experienced enough relationship yet to know what's good and what's bad. And there's still fires that may be the dream I'm keeping lit for that idea that idea of a man that will never be possible because that's not human. The change you need to pick up and put inside of yourself, new beings, isn't with another person. Yeah, Simon could be the one, but if you don't fill those holes up as much as you can when you are meeting Simon and you're continuing to work on filling those holes, as long as you're filling those holes, Simon will be there waiting for you when you are ready for them. When you're ready to take the brave step and say, hey, Simon, come here. And tell him just exactly how you feel about him and see what happens. You roll the dice like every other one of us who has to go ask. You know? So the change that you choose, and that's the change you have to choose. Do you choose Simon as the one? If you do, then choose him, truly choose him. And let him be your partner, your team member. Share your journey. Don't experience it because of him. Experience it because he's there to support you. Let me give you the best advice you will ever hear. Communicate, communicate, communicate. I cannot say it enough. In a physical, mental, and spiritual way. Openness, truth, the whole truth. The good, the bad, the uglies, and nothing else in between of that. Your power, your love is stronger than any force in the universe. You are team, whatever you call yourselves. But you have to have your own individual things you like to do on your own too. So you can't be jealous of what he does for fun. He can't be jealous of what you do for fun. And the last but not least, it's that genuine return of love. I'm sharing my heart with you to see if you want to give it back to me. If I feel that in return, then I want to trust that feeling. And if every other box clicks on you, that's what you really need to get the kind of relationship you want. At least that's the way I've lived 18 years of happily ever after. And it took work to do this. So I'm going to let you know that the work will never be done, but you will enjoy the work. End of story. Moving on to the next person in line. I believe you're more readier than you've ever been before in your life. You know, I think you're closer to that person than you think you are. You know, it's just a matter of waking yourself up inside enough to be ready for that. Because when you finally get the good person who's standing in front of your face, giving you everything you ever desired, and you start to question that, remember how ready you are. Remember, now you have to go do the one thing that scares you the most. Go show them how you feel and see if it's returned. And then make your next step. Don't create a future that doesn't exist yet. Let the story happen as it happens. Our story is beautiful. Yeah, go grab them and smooch them, tackle them to the ground, and tell them exactly how you feel about them. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with. It's your life, your choice. You choose how to do that. I ain't getting in the way of that. That's your love story. So book a flight. Cancel everything else, fuck the bills, and go to one of those places. Okay? But don't sit here and tell me that you're not ready for it. And don't tell me and sit here and tell me that you don't know this within all of your heart. You know this. You did that. Did you do that spell? Did you ever get my true love spell? Well, maybe we can talk about that if you ever want to know what that's like. If you've done it, you got to give it time to work. So, Sen and Dragon, you are up next. So, like I said, I will give you a true love spell that will guarantee you true love within 1 year or a day. But honestly, I think you have to do everything I told you first. Yeah, I do know. Yeah, you've heard me tell that. So just go, even today's VOD, I said it. So if you go back into my VOD today, I told you the exact steps on what to take for my true love spell for another reader. So I suggest you watch the VOD today and see where it said that. Yeah. Men instincts and women instincts are completely different for a reason. The reason the feminine species is supposed to be more emotionally attached to things is because they have to be that protector of that child. You don't understand. Males are not the alpha here. Women are the alpha here. They're the ones who go through the most pain. They're the ones who go through the most bullshit. And they survive all of it. They're tough fucking people. And women do not get enough credit for the shit they do in this world. That's for damn sure. And I'm a man saying that out loud for all women do here. Because we all have a big male dumb ego that says we all have to be right. And we all have to do it our way. And we have to listen to what we think we know. And try to make the world in our image. Just like they say in the Bible, we act just like a God would act. And sometimes we try to be the parental when children come along, when people are more important to you. We change. We understand, you know. So, new beings, that was your reading. And I'm waiting for Dragon. Send to the reading room. Send to the reading room. Dragon to the reading room. Dragon to the reading room. But you're welcome. But just like a woman knows, so does a man. You know, a man knows too when they found the one. When I first met my wife, she came up to my countertop and she put blue balls in front of me, told me her nipples were hard, and looked me straight in the eyes and said that to me. Now you tell me, if I didn't have that experience, you know what I'm saying? Without that moment, our love story is not complete. You know? And that was the first time I ever recognized her. That was the day and that was my last chance too. She was going to give up on me after that day. So she brought Hostess Hostess snowballs that were dyed purple because of Easter, came up to me right around Valentine's Day, March. It was still snowing here in Minnesota, so it was definitely winter time in Minnesota, but I don't think it was quite winter. You know, it was a little bit more than that. She storms up to the counter, all brave and bold. She's got a little bit longer hair at this point because she had short hair for a while. I thought she was a man, and I'm a bisexual. That doesn't bother me that a man is hitting on me, you know, but I wasn't looking for a male companion. I was looking for a female companion because that's what I'm more drawn to. I'm a straight leaner, not a in the middle all of the time, you know. I am a very complex dude, you know. So, you know, and I just wanted to share that real quick with you. So, all right, Dragon, let's get into it. Let's clear these cards off for you really, really good. Give my reading as if reading a newspaper, like a different aspects of my life that comes up. This well and good is something not positive. A general reading on will I suffice? Okay. Give me a reading like you're reading a newspaper. Headlines only? Or do you want the stuff in the back that you have to search for to get to? That's right. You got goals now. You goals now. You go now. You go, go, go. Jesus Christ. They're ready for you. So here are your 10 official shuffles on that question. Read it like a newspaper. Too many? 1. 2. Too many? 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9 and 10. I thought you were going to get a God card. All right, you didn't get one. 39 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And the 39th card is now on the top of the deck. And we want to read it like a newspaper. All right, you got it. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Come on into the store. We got some important information for Dragon. He needs to pay attention. Breaking news, breaking news. We have breaking news right here, right now for Dragon to hear this very important message that we need to express to him in the most way possible so that he can hear me. This is as close as I can get it, buddy. That's it. That's as close as I can get. Without giving feedback to myself. But, can you hear me? Is it better? I mean, when I'm listening to it on stream, it doesn't sound bad at all. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear me just fine. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. So, attention, attention, attention. This is a special bulletin for you. Ding, 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 ding. Hoo, hoo, hoo. It's news time. Breaking news. Breaking news is that the headline reads like this. I will fulfill my destiny. I will fulfill my fate. But I haven't gotten there yet. Is the main headline. Do you have ads? Do you have ads? Oh, wait. Okay, good. So, we're not waiting around for ads. I had to make sure because I don't like reading for people when the ads start up, you know. And Mocking Mystic, I believe you will be my last reading for today and this week. So, I'm closing the queue down as of right now. Well, I didn't know for sure, so it doesn't, like I said, doesn't always show me when you're a subscriber. Okay, I guess I need to pay attention to the emotes on the side. Oops, my bad. Not the best streamer in the world. I do my best, guys, so thank you for reminding me. But the story is about, the headline might read that, but the story, it really is, the nitty-gritty of the details of it is, you have done this already. That everything that you want to be possible is possible, but reality says that these are the facts and only the facts. You need to stand up and take ownership of your path, and when you get to the end of your goal and dream, you need to let it become a part of your life. The lesson is learned and honored and lived. That's why this is happening right now, because you are overcoming the past, overcoming obstacles from the past, overcoming all of that stuff, going through the shitstorm you need to go through in order to get to the good thing you want in life. Right. So that's why that's why we have no energy right now. That's why we're tired and need more rest right now. That's why we try to recoup spoons anywhere we can gather them, because you're a big spoon giver. You like to give away your spoons like candy, and you don't have enough spoons. If you don't know what a spoon means, then go talk to a cancer patient to ask them to explain spoons to you, because I don't want to sit here and tell you what you need to feed yourself because I already know you know. So, but that catalyst for change had to be self-inflicted on yourself. You did this to yourself. It was your choice to go after this dream. Your choice to do the things you say you want to do. And now you're not doing them because you are broken inside? Because that's what you feel you're doing wrong? No. That was part of the lesson you had to learn, that you weren't doing anything wrong and to keep pushing forward. Maybe it was time to give up and give up on that dream to start a brand new one. Maybe, just maybe, you decided something I can't even conceive to decide you've completely gone into. Because now we get into that exist card. The right now card. Right? And now is the time to envision your life the way you want it to be. Sen, see the world in your mind like you want to see it in reality and ask yourself, could this actually happen in reality, in real life as I know it? Because reality is a funny thing. We think we know it all, but we don't see all the things in this world we should be seeing. I see a lot more than people think I see. Right. Right. It's every step. Remember, you're getting off the hard path. You don't have to take that path anymore. You can take an easier path if you want. You can take a wandering path if you want. You can wait for a while. You don't have to make a choice. You can do whatever you please. You can go back down the hard path again if that's what makes you feel like you can honestly overcome it. But getting that idea of who you are and putting it into practice is what's coming up in the future. So in the future there is that building of that person. This is the lesson. This is the what you have to do to make this happen. Get a concrete idea of what you choose. And I say this word very, very liberally here. Choose to be. So that you can bring the right ingredients. Let them all come together like they're supposed to. Let it take its time to develop. And when it is ready to be revealed to the world, it will be the #1 winning best crafting beer you've ever made in your life. But you gotta put in the fucking work first. This is the lesson. This is the lesson of your life. The reason you are here, the reason you came to earth to overcome this obstacle, to learn this lesson, to not repeat the same mistakes that you've made in other lifetimes, to get a new chance to make a new choice, to learn from that past. And I know how connected you are to the ethereal. So, what's your excuse? Learn the lesson, go through the lesson, adopt the lesson. A good teacher is only as good as the student. The student is only as good as the teacher. So I teach you now to hear me when I say this lesson that you are learning right now, how to overcome this whole situation, is the point of it all. So that you can do exactly that and finally move into that world where things start to happen the way you want them to. And I do believe you're going to go through a little bit of a, you've been through it already. You're kind of in that I don't know what to think spot, you know. I really do feel that from you, and that you're kind of searching for this connection to something or someone or something, and the connection that you're trying to reach, isn't reaching back because you're not completing that work that you need to be done. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying here is that you have done 95% of this shit. Exactly. Because what they need you to do is stop worrying about what is to come and worry about what will be. It's your will, your intent, your manifestation of your life the way you see it fit. No other influences than the ones you came into this world with and the ones that you've learned along the way, the ones that matter to you. And I believe that is why you're going through all of this right now. So I hope that helped today, Dragon, Sani. I know you call me Pope all of the time, so I hope this Pope kicked your butt slightly today so you can get off that spiritual ass again. So mocking to the reading room, mocking to the reading room. Mocking mystic to the reading room. All right, and you're my last one for today, so while I'm waiting for you to decide what you need to hear, I'm going to see who's on to see who we can raid later. I would really like to make someone's day today, but I never have enough people. I want to go there because I kind of want I wish I could go there. Good. Good. Thank you for that feedback. I really do appreciate that. Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Your 3-minute timer starts now. Alexa, 3-minute timer for Mocking.
Walking timer, 3 minutes, starting now.
I wanted to say congratulations on getting partner. That's all. Have a great day. Mocking Mystic. So, if you're still here and you still want to talk, then, I'm up for that too, You started driving lessons with the old tutor? Yeah, I know, right? It's weird. I haven't driven for almost 6 years now, and I used to be a commercial driver too at that. So whenever I take a ride anywhere, I bite my tongue a lot because I see a lot of people make a lot of stupid mistakes. It's like, you know what? If you're going to take me out doing that, fine, great, okay, whatever. Well, we're probably going to go to... I wish there was something fun I could go to. You know what? We're going to go there. That's where we're going to go. All right, we are getting ready. We have a minute and a half left for Mocking Mystic to the reading room. 1 minute and 30 seconds starting now. So, give me a second. I'm trying to get back into chat here. See if it says anything. Okay, you're here. My turn. Yep. Alexa, cancel timer.
Walking timer cancelled.
All right. Now that I know you're here, because I always give people 3 minutes. You want an interview? You want a butt kick? Are you asking for a butt kick? Because I will kick your spiritual ass. I have no problems doing that. But I really want to make sure you want that. It's fun waiting for answers. Human decision times are fun. What's coming up regarding love for you? How deep do you want to go? I'm honestly asking here right now. I'm willing to do something for you. It's called my journey layout. It's the most intense reading I do. And that's where we will go later once we're done with this stream here today. So, Mocking, I need your numbers. I've got your question, and I'm waiting on the answer on the butt kick or not. And how much information you want today, because I can give you a lot of information today. No, waiting for the last part of it. 5 and 5 and butt kick, yes or no. I'm fine with it either way. If they tell me to butt kick you, I'll butt kick you. You're purposely asking me to butt kick your butt. Okay, I'm purposely asking to kick your butt. Do you want a more intense, longer reading? Or do you want the quick answer that will probably give you the best, and it will give you what you need to hear too as well? Which one do you want? Yeah, a love reading. So, okay, then we'll do the 3 card. That makes more sense then, because if I do a journey layout, that's more for you and your internal stuff than for outward stuff. So So I'll reserve that for a different time. If you want to learn more about that, ask me about it later. But I think you just want that basic. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Just a straightforward answer, not really complicated. We don't need to overcomplicate this, right? Because that's what I'm feeling the most from you right now. As I don't really want more complications, overcomplications of shit again. I want real love this time. You know, I want honest love this time. I want truth in that love, you know. Yeah, let's not overcompensate. I'm just waiting for the cards to tell me that they're ready for you. Yeah, they like it there. So here are your 5 and 5 shuffles. This is my last remaining stream for today. After this, we will be rating out. So please, if you like this stream, if you like me, please come show the love I show others along with me for the ride. I know this may take a tiny bit of time, but I want you all to be here for me like I was there for you. So let's go spread that love after this reading. Here we go. 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it didn't fall out. 5. No God cards. All right, and the 5th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th card is boom, 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 and boom. These are all the cards we need to answer that question. You want a love reading. Love reading. Love reading. Walking. I get a lot of love readings for a reason, because it took lots and lots of work to get to the kind of relationship I wanted it to be, and my wife and I wanted it to be. So with that said, the thing about Mocking Mystic that I'm feeling, that I'm honestly feeling for you about this love that you want to have. First, what are your pronouns, please? And if you have a sexual orientation, please include that. If you're willing to. If you're not willing to, just say, I don't want to say. And you can just say complicated if it's complicated, because I understand that. I have a couple of people with complicated relationships as it is. But let's get down to the nitty gritty, my man. So that's why I asked, because I thought I was feeling female energy for you, so I was checking in because she's a trip. Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say, you like women. So we want to get ourselves ready for her is what we're doing right now. So Mocking Mystic, you are ready. You don't need to do any more work on yourself. You've already accumulated all the ingredients. The only thing left to do is strain, my friend, of yourself of all those things you don't want in the beer. So right now, you're emptying the cup out of all previous other bullshit that you've been through in relationships. You know what you want in a relationship. You know what kind of relationship you want. You know what kind of person you want to fall in love with. The outward looks, yeah, they're important, but not as important as that inner soul. Because you do search for that soul mate, right? So right now, you're getting all the ingredients ready so that you can filter out the junk so that you're ready to drink from the cup and get what you want and that flavor profile that you've been waiting to get in your life. So love is on its way. It's just you're finishing up the last little bit of straining and making sure it's safe to present to the woman of your dreams. You're preparing your elixir of life for her to say, do I like it? If I want to drink this the rest of my life, I better like it. You know, if I want to be committed to this person, I better like what I'm tasting here. I better like it. It better have notes of sour and sweet. It better have the things that I'm looking for in a person. This is the person you've been looking for. This is the person you're going to find. Okay? This was the lesson. It's no longer the lesson because it's in the present. That means you've learned the lesson. Now you have to apply the lesson to your life. So now that we've learned the lesson, applying it to your life. So now that we know what we were doing wrong, we define that by saying one thing as men, okay? We have to say this to ourselves because every once in a while we need to remind ourselves women are emotional, complicated people with incredibly intelligent instincts, and they have the kind of sense that we will never understand. As a person who gives life to this world, we will never understand that. I don't care what science comes along to change that. Women did it first, and they will always own that. But if you don't think men had to learn how to interact with women and how to interact to keep that relationship, because that's why we feel so protective of women, because we feel like we're there to protect them when they can't protect themselves, when they're in the most vulnerable positions like feeding kids, or when they're doing things for their children like changing diapers or anything like that. We want to make sure we keep what we've made safe, so that's what we have to do. The only thing left for you to do in your future, King, Mr. Man, is to use this moment. If you are determined to get what you want, then you must climb any and all obstacles, including your own. You have to be passionate about it and give it your all, even if that means you fail, because you will find the right person. But if you don't think you're going to go through a couple of people who will not match up to your expectations, you're lying to yourself, because that's reality there, right? We search and search and search until we find someone who's close enough sometimes. You don't want close enough. You want 95% accuracy on that return. So that means you're going to have to let this lesson soak into your life a little bit, which you've been doing, but there's still a little bit of that let it soak into your life going on right now. Welcome in, EP. And this is the catalyst. This is the springboard for you to jump into that pool of an ocean of love that you will have to learn to swim in. Soon you'll be overwhelmed by how many things start going right as far as in the romantic love department go. I'm sorry, EP, I closed the queue down for today because he was my last reader for today and I was getting drained as heck. So you'll have to come back on Monday when I'm back on, guys. So I appreciate you understanding that always, But that everything that's been going on right now, Mystic, the filtering it out process, making sure you're perfect for the one, you're ready to present yourself to that person, that you've learned from the past mistakes, you're ready to start to own up to those mistakes, but start to live a new, beautiful future. But you're willing to do the work it takes to get there. You will be determined to get there, but you will take that appropriate rest and make sure that when you're waiting for it, look for the thing that's too good to be true, because it probably is. That is what springs you and ignites you, just like the back of a matchbox. When you take out a box of matches that have that stick with that little filament on it, until you strike against that grain, that will never be ignited. So you struck across the grain, and now you've got a light. Where you're putting it, oh, there she is. Now I'm going to let this burn longer. Good! I want to talk about that a little bit. I'll open up the queue for you if you'll stick around to talk about it. Open queue. Get in here, EP. I'll do you. I'll do your reading. Sorry, I don't do you. You know what I mean. But this person you're looking for, I don't want to say you've already found her, but I want to say she's closer than you think. That's all I want to say. That's all they're giving me. She's closer than you think, Mocking. She's closer than you've ever realized how close she is to you. And that's all they're giving me for a clue. So, whatever that means, but this is going to springboard that change. And as long as you keep that light lit for that love, then maybe, just maybe, you'll make it. Hey, EP, do you want a reading? Really? Honestly, do you really need one? Because I'll give you a reading if you really need one, okay? You're special. You're a VIP for a reason. You're welcome. Well, you don't have to enter a queue, okay? We're just gonna do you right now. No queue entering required. So you got the job. Congratulations, first of all. Congratulations. You did this. It was your success. It was your presentation. It was you. Did it feel good when you walked out of that? Did it feel good to know that you got this job because of your own work this time? Can we just talk about that for 5 seconds, please, before I do any reading for you? Because I feel the excitement and the giddiness in you right now. It's like your energy went from to hoo hoo. And I am not being not trying to be mean here, but it was for a long time, and then it was and I know you got this job because of you. I know my advice helped, but you're the one who did this. You did this. You're the one. You're the one who got this job. You did it. You. So thank you for following your dreams, for not giving up on yourself, for not saying no, for saying yes, I will try. So thank you, because you just gave me the validation that I need in my life to know that what I'm sitting here doing means something. You know, I'm proving to myself every day that I sit here and say that out loud to you. As I am helping you, you are helping me. As you are a mirror to me, I am a mirror to you. Good. Honestly, I'm really, really happy for you. I really, really am. But, you know, I wish I knew what this emote. I have to find out what this emote means. Dino dance. Okay, it's dancing. You're just dancing. Good. I'm glad, Mocking, because that's what I'm here to do. You know, the reason I do in-your-face tarot readings is because a lot of readers, and I love all of them, they're all really good readers, but sometimes they sugarcoat it a little bit for people. Some people who are more real and will tell you when you're doing stupid shit you shouldn't be doing when they feel psychically that that's something you need to hear. Whether it hurts you or not hurts you. Hey, it's something you needed to hear. Whether you follow that advice or not follow the advice is up to you. I can't do anything for my little computer desk here. I know what I'm capable of, but I'm not capable of crawling through this TV screen to your place and living your life. Not capable of that one. Don't want that one. Don't need that one. Done. No more. I don't need any more voices in my head. You don't want the voices that are in mine in yours. Trust me. So, good. And that's what got you the job. That's what got you the job. You managed to tame yourself, present yourself, and as a normal person. Just someone who's looking for a job to feed their family. You know? Just somebody who desperately wants to work and prove that they need this job, you know? So, you know, EP, whenever you want, numbers, question, you got it. Let's go. Whenever you're ready, I'm clearing the cards off for you. You will be my official last reading, though. I will not take any more. I don't care who you are. Unless you're so special to me, I can't not say yes. Demi, if you're out there listening, you better tell me now. I love my Twitch son. So, EP, last reading of the day, and then we're going to go spend some time with a very good friend of mine. And that's all I want, because she deserves a lot of help right now. She's a streamer who needs you guys. You need to find her and see if you like her. She's a lot different style than me, but she's a karmic worker. I'm not a karmic worker. I'm a destiny worker. So, that's what I do. You know, I weave destinies. I help change your lines of fate. I help you change your destinies. I help you embrace the destinies you already have already. You know, that kind of stuff is a little stuff I can do. You know, I can't time travel back to your life and change who you are right now because I was never meant to do that, you know. But I was meant to do it for myself, so okay. That's a fair question. Let me see if the cards agree that this is the right spot. They're gonna tell me. Ooh, okay, they like it here. Got the buzz feeling. Or in this case, it was the tightness of my belly this time, but. So let's answer that question. Oh, you lost the cross with the. Okay, so you lost your cross after the spell, right? Don't worry, it will come back to you. I know how weird that sounds, but that cross is coming back to you. Not in a cross, but in a person. So God let you lose that. Where did you lose it? Because maybe that's where you need to start looking for your one true love. Because that's where you lost the love of your life at. Clue, recognition, understanding. There it is. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The point is, someone found that key and probably either turned it into somebody, left it right where they found it, or hasn't picked it up yet. But remember what intent you had for that spell. It's going to find your one true love. Let it do its job. You believe in it. You trust in it. You'll know when your hand starts to glow again. You'll feel that key in your hand. Oh, good. See? All right. They like I said. Are you ready to start the reading though and get the question answered that you came here for though? I want to make sure that we make sure here what the actual question is. So okay. And just getting back to your numbers here for a second to see what they were because they're up in the chat a little bit. 6 and 13, and you are wondering if your community and friends that all, I don't know what YK is, and maybe how and when. What does the YK mean? I don't know all the acronyms, so. Oh, is that what it means? Oh, you know. Got. Sometimes I'm dense. A little slow sometimes. So, I kind of feel like I have to do another cleanse on these cards because I started a shuffle. And that means that the cards weren't in the right spot for you. But this feels like the right spot. But I'm checking with you. We're ready? Because I'm only ready when you are, buddy. You're 6. I'm going to read 6 and 13. And just, if I forget that, let's do the 6 and let's do the 16, right? I got to put that back in chat for a second so I don't forget. Okay, so we're going to start doing your reading now. They feel like the right spot. I know I probably already shuffled the 6 times, but we start over from scratch because I don't remember unless you remember if I was shuffling. I shuffled your reading all the way out, so I have to do it again. So that means this was meant to be. You know, this is them reaching out, trying to give you the right reading because maybe this is the spot they needed it to be in. Do you want one more shuffle because that's all I was going to give it? Or do you want to keep them as is and do the 6 shuffles from here? It's okay. Down. So just keep going, right? It's okay down. I think that's what you mean. Okay. Just keep going. So we're going to go with the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No God cards. And the last and final part of your reading is 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and just to make sure I didn't screw up on the numbers. Yep, 13. Okay, so 13 is now on top. So now, these are the only cards that we need for today. You're saying, why are you putting them down? You usually put them up. Because I want to put my cards away, honestly. And I wanted to wait for a second. It's like a gender reveal party almost, you know? So, you want to know, just to remind myself of what we want to know about when will we find a place where we will build community, build friends, and stuff like that. And when that might happen, right? That's what we really want to know here, right? If I got it, then say, yeah, you got it. I'm going to start flipping, though. Well, part of the thing is to finish the work that you're doing where you're at right now before the move, okay? Before you move, it's time to cut the ties you need to cut. You're moving anyway. If you can't stay in close contact with them, let them go live their lives and let them call you when they need you. Tell them you're available, give them your number, ways to contact you, all of that stuff. But it feels like you got a couple things trying to bring you down, but in a more physical way of not really trying to stop your progress at all. But these fires that I feel like are burning for you are more like, I have to step on the fire I made, and I have to be the one who puts it out. Nobody else can do it but me, kind of a shit show, right? And that's what before the move has to be. It has to be a complete, clean slate when you move. So everything and anything that brings that negativity with you, get rid of it. And be sure to bless all of that stuff before you let it go. Just say a simple prayer over it, saying, I release all things that can be attached here. May you go back to where you belong. And let them all go. And they will all just leave. Any energy that you've put on those things. Life experience kind of energy. The energy that sticks around, you know. Ever heard a toy laugh that was owned by a previous child? I have. But that extinguish card is popping up because you have to let that old life completely end. No fires can be burning when you move. It's time for clean slate. 101. You arrive. You be the person you were in that damn interview. And you keep living that truth because that was the real you who came out. That's why you got the job. You're learning how to take and give now. You're doing this in the present. You are composting. You are putting what you can't use right now. Maybe you're using some of it as fuel, using it as fertilizer, utilizing that it can be a gift for you. But you know this is going to take some while to get into and get be a part of, right? Well, that's what the fires is about. Okay? Because there is a part of you that, okay, what I'm feeling here is, yeah, I'm feeling that this, you don't pass apparently and it's killing you. Why? Because you're still in the process of getting rid of the things you need to get rid of. You're not meant to know it right now. You're meant to be learning what you want, what you really, really want, because here's your fresh start. If you want it, you can be anyone you want to be. You can keep being the fake person you've always been, or maybe you decide this is the time to be the real you. And let your boss know who you really are so that they're not surprised by it. You know? I mean, most bosses will understand if you have a social life outside of work that means a lot to you. Most companies will understand when family and issues and problems come up that you need to take care of that. You're an employee, not something that I need to worry about. But battling against the things inside is where I was going to get to here, because we're talking about love. We want to make sure that we're not at war with ourselves first, so we can go and find that community and love we want. We have to leave the old behind, but we can't keep being at war with ourselves about these things either. We can't keep the war going after the move either. We have to let the war end, and it's peacetime in the valley for all the kids in the pool this time. All right? Because no matter what you've been through, you have been given a blank check. A blank check to write your own destiny, whatever way you see fit. You have the power in your little finger to do this because of everything you've been through, because of everything you've learned, because of all the stuff that accumulated over time that is now coming back to pay you back. And it's good things as well as bad things. But I bet the good things are starting to outweigh the bad things at least a little bit more every day. And that's what this card is all about. After the worst day of my life, being abused by a babysitter for a year and a half, thinking it was a game that was not fun to play, but if I didn't do it, I had to be the one in the bed. And I didn't want to be in the bed. Unless my brother was there or another kid looked like he was suffering. Then I was the kid who volunteered to take their place. Because I couldn't watch them be done to them. I could let them do it to me, but I couldn't watch them be doing it to somebody else. You know? And after that moment, I went and followed a song I heard in a cornfield towards a willow tree that was in the far distance. I got all of that anger and hate out of me. I got all of that hate and anger out of me in that cornfield. When I got to the top of that hill, I was too exhausted to be anything but tired. I sat under that willow tree. Maybe I bumped my head. Maybe I didn't. Who knows to this day, right? But the message I got under that willow tree is that everything is going to be okay no matter what's going on in your life right now. And this is your destiny card talking. So no matter what's going on in your life at this moment, the worst of it is over. Now you start to work towards that happily ever after. But you have to cash that check. And you have to know what it says when you go to the bank, because they're only going to give you exactly what you ask for. So it's time to pony up, my friend, and walk your ass to the bank and cash that damn check that you've been waiting the universe to give you. And when it starts to give you the abundance and starts to give you all the things that you need, don't be scared of them and don't be frightened by them. Because that's what I had to learn too, to believe in the dream more than anything else in my life. It wasn't for me following a silly dream when I was 8 years old. I would not be the person I am today. That is a concrete fact. It was because of that dream that I am sitting here as the unknown prophet right now. It actually told me this was my future. I didn't know my future name, but I kind of knew what I looked like, and I kind of looked like what I did in that dream when I was younger. Because I remember that dream very vividly. It's the one dream I never have forgotten. The one dream I can't forget. Because it's been such an integral part of my life. You know, but I had to choose that destiny too. I had to say, that's what I want. And I don't care what I have to do to get it. Well, they put me through whatever I had to do to get it. I got there. It took a while, but I got there. I found love. And I think you're going to be doing that too in your new community too. As you start to break free from the old shackles, your freedom will be expressed even more, because now you won't have to hide anything from anybody. You know what I'm saying? You're hired. Okay? So if you don't want to surprise your boss, then go talk to your boss. Hey, I know how I was in the interview, but I want to make sure you understand I'm this at heart. I mean, my brother had to do that so many times I can't count because of his dumbass decision-making skills. But I'm not my brother, thank the gods. I would have never been able to do what he did. Never. I'm not talking about it, but let's just say it was a pretty evil thing. I want to see if my pot dude got back to me. Okay, he hasn't answered, so he's probably working. So we'll see what he says. All right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to let you guys go out with one of my favorite witchy songs. So as long as it plays, I hope that you enjoy it. Please, if you can, come with me, like and follow the person I'm about to send us to. We're going to Hey TC. She's a shamanic healer, a gifted tarot reader, and a gifted astrologer. Please give her your love and likes when you come to her stream. She's important to me. I love this woman. I respect this woman. So here's raid message number 1. Here's raid message number 2. If you're a subscriber, use number 2. If you're a non-subscriber, use number 1. All right, and we're going to go spend our love and send it to Hey TC. And that's where we're going to go give our love to today, because you know what? She's just that awesome. She's that awesome. So I'm going to get this raid underway here as soon as I can press a button. Not a good streamer sometimes. So, guys, I'm going to send you out. Have a great weekend. We love you. See you later.
Lord and the lady, they raise their voice. In the dance of the elements, they rejoice. With the power of positive, they overcome every obstacle until their work is done. They weave spells of healing, of peace and of grace, a trail of harmony in every trace. With the balance of nature, they find their path, guided by the light and never by wrath. Dance, dance, the witches chant with fire, water, earth, and air. In perfect love and perfect trust, their magic spreads everywhere. For the Lord and the lady, they raise their voice. In the dance of the elements, they rejoice. For the Lord of the woods, where secrets are kept, the witches commune where the greenwood has slept. They speak to the trees, to the sky and the earth. In nature's embrace, they find their rebirth. With hands joined together, they feel nature's pulse in the rustling leaves and the rain's gentle loss. Their souls intertwine.